just because we're different countries, it doesn't make us drastically different. We are all the same, and we need each other to survive. So why not help? How would you feel if your child or what your own blood were put in a fight in a war? Some think that we won't fight children and or hurt them, but there are sick and violent people in this world that wouldn't give a damn about hurting children. You could take Hitler, for example. He killed a lot of people. We went and helped them. Why are they so different? Are we really not going over there because we're racist? We helped Germany. Why not help them?
Just to point out, for a first, excuse me.
Guys, this is
for the first time, that was a really, really, really good speech. Like, just to let you know.
Good job. I was just one correction is the reason we went to World War II was not as a result of the Holocaust.
Okay, think about it. We helped all those countries because they have skin color. You never hear of us going to help people with the dark colored skin. So is the real reason that we're racist, but we don't want to say it?
No, that's not, okay, first off, we are famous, like notorious for being very discriminating against Latin Americans. Yet most of our major foreign interventions have been in Latin America. We've shoved tons of money into soldiers and monetary support into Latin America. We're clearly not going, hey, you're pale, I'll help you, and not helping anyone else. When Japan was in Korea and China and Vietnam, and they're doing atrocities to the people there, we helped them. They weren't white either. The fact that the reason we're not helping in Uganda is because where's the money coming from? America is millions upon millions of dollars in debt. We have no money to be sending. We have soldiers. What soldiers? We just got back from another war that cost us, according to Brown University's estimate, $3.57 trillion. Do we have another $3.57 trillion to shove into Uganda? And I don't care if you tell me that the LRA is going to cost less money, because Uganda is still far away. We still need to pay for gas, which price is spiking, especially after UN embargo on Israel. Iran, sorry. So we still have to pay for that. We have a finite amount of metals for our planes and our industries, our bullets, our artillery. Where are we getting all this money? I'm not worried, okay? I feel just as much as you do for all those children who are out there, invisible children, okay? I support the organization, I support planning schools and everything, but I'm asking everyone in this room, what are the pragmatic concerns that we're ignoring? How are we practically and reliably going to solve this without either exacerbating the issue or causing new issues? Because that's what America has been good at. Take one good look at American foreign policy. We have made worse every issue or created new issues every time we've been involved in foreign affairs. Pretty much every time. Every time that I've seen. And you know what? I'm really not supporting again and screwing things up again unless we have a legitimate, well thought out, logical approach to this.
Hi, first Byung, I remember how you said a little while back, you said we ruined Japan. They're the third largest economy now, so we kind of brought them down and now we're helping them. And second thing, it's Uganda. Their armies consist of 60,000 troops and most of them are kids. Who gives a shit? We could destroy Kony or whatever his name is in a minute if we really wanted to. And the money, oh my God, it's barely going to take $1 billion. Our Congress can easily get that money, and you know damn well, the only reason we're not going into Uganda is for one thing and one thing only. They have nothing to give back to us. Hitler, why did we go in? So other nations could be like, oh, America's helping, they're a superpower. As a superpower, we should stick up for little kids by force who are 8 or 9. If my little sister was fucking taken by a little kid like that, I would kill him myself with my bare hands.
Okay, first off, I never said we ruined Japan. I said Japan was committing atrocities in Korea, Vietnam, China. What did we do? We nuked them, first off. And if you don't consider that ruining, I don't know what should be ruined. Second off, we don't even know where the LRA is definitely, okay? We can't just throw bombs randomly and go, hey, we might hit a couple of civilians, but hey, we might land the LRA, you know? We don't even know where Kony is, if he's still alive. And finally, what was your last point? It was that, you never mentioned my last point, which is, how are we going to logically solve this issue? Every time, we just say, we're going to be the heroes and we'll go in, okay, every time. The American people, like he said, has a Messiah complex. We love going in and being the superhero of the day. We love saving the day, but we never think things through. And what ends up happening, look at your history books. Look at beyond what your history books tell you. We never finish the problem. We create new ones. We make it worse. I'm asking you, how are we logically going to do this?
The logical way, the pragmatic way, in your words, would be unity. Now going back to the young lady's point, you guys all completely evaded. Her point was that it's not about going in there for economic interest. It's not about U.S. gain. It's not about getting more oil in your pocket. It's about that humanitarian ideal where everyone should be given that opportunity as a baby to live a completely normal life. We take that for granted because we were born in America or wherever we were born, and we got to experience education. We get to talk in JSA. Other kids have a gun strapped to their neck, and if you talk, they'll pop one in your head. Like, you have no idea. One thing I want to talk about is 35,000 years ago, when we were all monkeys, Homo sapiens and Homo sapiens, the thing that separated us from the brain size from Homo sapiens, Homo sapiens was unity. The Homo sapiens were not as smart as the Homo sapiens, which we are today. The Homo sapiens would fight against each other, killing each other in Siberia and Alaska. Now, what I want to go back to is unity. The pragmatic solution to any of these wars, any of these conflicts, it's not something economic benefit. It's not benefit for one person. It's the world together working. You see in Japan, we dropped a nuke because it would have created about 6 million estimated casualties. We did not want that on American hands. So what the president did was drop a nuke, which I think is stupid on top of that. Now, if we have the whole world unified for one cause, one specific cause, there would be no need for nukes, no need for killing, except for taking down whatever needs to be taken down. Because if you can help a kid take a gun off his neck, and if you kill Kony, that's not going to stop anything. What you need to do is get the whole political awareness up. You need to move towards one greater good. Taking down Kony will lead to another man taking over from his next generation, because they have it all set up in a government. It's like LRA and Kony. So what we need to do is work together as a world and be unified, just like the Homo sapiens did not do, and so we did not lead to our own demise.
In response to Byung's issue with what we're going to do and stuff like that, you guys realize invisible children, their entire fund, instead of worrying about the money going to fighting against Kony, all they have to do is devote all that money to making like homes and shelters and places where these kids can get like therapy and stuff like that, because they've been using the guns and all that type of stuff. So, and also another thing we can do is if we support these guys, they're gonna be like, wow, America, they saved us, America, like we're indebted to America, that type of thing. So it's gonna make America be on top, being like, oh yeah, we went in, we got Kony, we killed him, or whatever we did, dropped the SEAL Team 6, we don't really lose anything, we gain the trust of the entire Ugandan, the Invisible Children Army. That's all we have to do. You guys are thinking of this as like a money thing. We don't really need money to do this. All we have to do is just drop the SEAL Team 6. If they find him, now I'm not saying now, I'm saying after they find out where he is, if he's still even there, just drop like a couple of soldiers in there, tell them to do this exact same thing with Osama bin Laden, and he's gone. One day. That's it. It's not that difficult.
But real quick, you guys keep talking about, military aid, financial aid, but no one's talking about, how LRA started. Every terrorist has a cause. Even the Taliban started off as an Afghani independence movement. So, I mean, there are reasons for the LRA fighting in Sudan. It's a civil war, so there's a political agenda. Now, I just wanted to say that, just really quickly, I don't think just killing off Joseph Kony is going to solve this issue. There's a reason why this happens in Uganda, but there are practically no child soldiers in Johannesburg. It's modernization. I mean, could that be an issue, do you guys think? So, just some food for thought.
Alright. Khalili, you said that we don't really need to do much, just drop SEAL Team 6, find out where he is. But the fact that it took us like 10 years of recon and intel to find out Osama bin Laden, all the funding that went to that, there's your funding. Zeshawn, to address your point, us Homo sapiens, as wonderful and brilliantly intelligent that we are, have developed this great global economy where everything runs on money. It's not economically feasible or viable in any way for our government to get involved in Uganda, except for that possibility of us getting their oil. Now, all of you guys that I'm hearing are worried about the children. I'm worried about the children too. As I said before, on its own, child soldier rates have dropped 80% in the last 5 years. All those child soldiers, we give them to all the third-party charity groups, Invisible Children, Oprah. I mean, Oprah will take care of a lot of them, I know that. Come on. I mean, whichever one she doesn't give money to, Angelina Jolie can adopt. I mean, figure something out. There's no need for our government to get involved at all.
You say drop SEAL Team 6 like it's a very simple issue. It isn't that simple. I mean, if we drop SEAL Team 6 on Osama bin Laden, interestingly, the entire organization is still kind of running, isn't it? We're still trying to take out all the other leaders. It isn't as simple as taking out one person and thinking that the rest of it will fall, in line as quickly as you think it would. There's always going to be a replacement. Just like, for example, if someone decided to assassinate our president, there's a line of power and a line of structure for it to work. And Zeshawn, you're over there now. Okay. Zeshawn, you mentioned Homo sapiens. Well, it's actually been scientifically proven that cooperative work is based on brain size. And for Homo sapiens, they estimated the number was about 150. You ever notice, actually, no, I'll give you a better example. Imagine one person right now, their whole life, their thoughts, their feelings, their desires and wants. Imagine 2 people. 4, 10. Can you even imagine 10 people's desires, wants, needs, personal needs that they have, their aspirations anyway? If that's hard, try 150. Try an entire nation. Try 600. Try any number larger than 5. And if you can think about that, we're imposing our will and our desire to satiate some need, to save people, when we don't even know exactly what's going on in the minds of those who are being saved. So my point is, we're interfering, it's not that it's a bad thing to interfere, but if we interfere, we're going to have to be very, very careful as to what we're going to do, and especially clean up afterwards. Because if we don't clean up afterwards, we're going to end up with another years and years long occupation of Uganda. Basically, it's going to be another repeat of Iraq, except this time, it's going to be even messier, because now we're dealing with not only terrorists, but child soldiers, and a bunch of other things as well.
Make this next statement off the record, please.